Hey guys, this video has been developed to help you with the practice problems for the multiplying polynomials unit that you're doing in Edmentum this week. So the first question says to drag each label to the correct location on the table. Each label can be used more than once, but not all labels will be used. So this area right here is where all the labels are. Okay, so this would be a label 7x plus 2, quadratic, monomial. Okay, so you're going to drag these up here. So in order to do that, you're going to have to take each of the three polynomials and multiply them, or in this case, you're going to subtract. So you're going to simplify each of these. So if I look at number 1, it's actually an example of multiplication. So I'm going to think of the FOIL method that you learned in the tutorial. 3x times 4x would give you 12x squared. Okay, your outer would be your 3x times 8 would be a positive 24x. Your inner, a negative 1/4 times 4x would be a negative 1, so negative x. And then negative 1/4, or your last, times 8 would give you a negative 2. So then when you simplify, you've got 12x squared plus 23x minus 2. Okay, so you can tell that that would be this right here. You would drag that up right here. That would be the simplified form. Okay, name by degree just means look at the exponent. Okay, the highest exponent here is a 2. So in our last unit, we said that if anything is to the second power, it's actually a quadratic. So this would be a quadratic here. Okay, quadratic. Okay. All right, and it says name by the number of terms. Well, you notice there's 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms. That's why it's considered a trinomial. Okay, so for do the same thing for polynomial number 2 and number 3. Although polynomial number 2 is subtraction, so you're going to need to distribute first and then combine your like terms. And polynomial 3, you're going to distribute both trinomials and then combine your like terms. Okay, so I hope that helped with question number 1. Let's take a look now at question number 2. All right, question number 2 says to simplify. So you're going to go through and start off and just distribute, okay, each of these. Okay, so if I look at this, I've got 3x times 4x is 12x squared. And then I've got 3x times 5 is 15x. Okay, so now looking at the next one here, I could do it any number of 2 ways. I can either distribute the negative 4 to each one of these terms and then FOIL with the second, or I'll do it that way in my example. So if I look at this one, I've got negative 4 times negative x is positive 4x, and then negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12. Okay, so I get the answer for that. And then I'm going to take the second part, 7x minus 5, and now I'm going to FOIL it. Okay, so 4x times 2x gives me 8x squared. My outer would give me negative 20x. My inner would give me 24x, and my last would give me negative 60. Okay, 8x squared plus 4x when I combine negative 20x and positive 24x minus 60. Okay, so now I'm going to take this binomial right here and add it to this binomial here. So 12x squared plus 15x plus 8x squared plus 4x minus 60. So you're going to go through, combine your like terms, and you're going to get your answer. Okay, that was a little tricky. Okay, so you needed to first distribute the 3x, first distribute the negative 4, but then remember that you're then FOILing that second, okay, by the 2 binomials together. Okay, all right, now looking at number 3, we're finding the area. Okay, remember the area is going to be the length times the width. So they give you the length times the width. So all you're going to have to do to solve this one is take this binomial times this binomial. Okay, so this is x plus 3. All right, and we're going to FOIL it. So first, outer, inner, and your last. And then you should get an answer here. Okay, so that's how you would solve that. Just multiply the 2 together. Okay, number 4, Okay, this one should be easy enough. You're simplifying. So again, I would recommend, okay, taking these two. All right, maybe you want to do it like this, and you say, okay, this is, what's x minus 2 times 2x plus 3, and FOIL it. X times 2x is 2x squared. My outer would be 3x. My inner would be negative 4x. And my last would be a negative 6. So 2x squared. All right, this is going to be minus an x, okay, because 3x minus 4x is negative x minus 6. Okay, so now we'll take the beginning part there, this trinomial, 3x squared minus 11x minus 4, and then we're subtracting this. So we're going to go back to what we did in the last unit, and you're going to actually get rid of the parentheses, 3x squared minus 11x minus 4, and distribute that negative. So negative 2x squared plus an x, okay, plus a 6. Now you can combine your like terms and get the answer, okay? So again, a number of steps there. All right, number 5, very similar to the last question, okay? So I would suggest distributing here first, 3x squared minus 9, okay? And then foiling this and adding whatever you get the FOIL. So 2x, okay? This would be a negative 2x squared. Outer, all right, your outer would be a negative 6x. Your inner would be a negative 6x, and your last would be a negative 18. So you would then be combining your like terms, negative 2x squared minus 12x minus 18. So when you add it together, okay, you're actually adding a negative 2x squared minus 12x minus 18. All right, and if you got rid of your parentheses, it would look like this. Okay, you go through, you get your answer, and then you see if it's to the second degree, your final answer is to this, has a power of 2, it's going to be quadratic. If you just have something to the first power, it's going to be linear. And if you have 3 terms left, it's a trinomial. If you have 2 terms left, it's a binomial. So I didn't want to go through and do everything for you, but I wanted to give you a head start on that one. All right, number 6. All right, number 6, you've got a trinomial times a trinomial. So I'm going to suggest you start out and you say 5x. You're going to distribute the 5x times every term, 4 plus 7x minus 1. Okay, and then you're going to take the 5 and multiply it by 4 plus 7x minus 1. And then you're going to have a negative 2x times 4 plus 7x minus 1. Okay, so 3 times 3 is 9. So after you distribute these 3, okay, 3 times 3, you're going to end up with 9 terms. You're going to take those 9 terms and you're going to combine them to get your simplified expression, and that will be a trinomial. All right, number 7, this is a straight FOIL. So first, your outer, your inner, and your last. Okay, so although this one says select all the correct answers, okay? So you're going to get an answer for this one and whatever that is, and then you're going to have to go through and solve each one of these. So there's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one, there's 6 questions in there, okay? So just go through and distribute and combine like terms. The second one is a subtraction. Third one is addition. Fourth one, you're going to distribute and combine like terms. Okay, this 5th one here, you're just going to subtract, so you're going to distribute that negative. Okay, and then the last one, you're going to go through and just combine your like terms. Okay, so once you do that, you're going to compare it to what you get after you FOIL that answer. Okay, that's how I think you should approach that problem. Number 8. Okay, number 8 says, what's the simplest form of this expression? Again, you need to distribute first. Okay, and combine your like terms. All right, so as soon as I multiply, I get negative 3x to the third. And then don't forget about your properties of exponents. And x times an x squared is x to the third. Then you're going to get plus a 6x squared. And then you're going to get a 36x. So it looks like I just gave you the answer to that one. Okay, so just distribute that 3x to every term in the trinomial. All right, number 9. Okay, number 9 has to do with your algebra tiles. So looking at this, okay, if you're multiplying, think of, let's look at our answer. We've got x squared, there's 1x squared. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 x's, and then we've got plus 4. Okay, so then what I would do is just multiply these through and see which one is the same answer. Okay, don't forget for the last one you're going to FOIL it. All right, and then the last one, okay, simplify. This is just a straight FOIL. This one should be pretty easy. Your first, your outer, your inner, and your last. Okay, multiply those through and see how you do. Hope this helped. Bye.